Damn, that exhaust brake.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. This is number 4, PTT's Powerstroke Tech Talk podcast. We got Matt here and DS Trucks here with us tonight, and we're going to have some things we're going to talk about, some things we're going to reflect on from some comments we've had with some of my past videos, and something we talked about in last week's Friday video, or the previous week's Friday video, regarding fuel water draining. And I got a lot of comments talking about that and the importance of it, and how long do you do it? Do you have to cycle the key? And guys explain to me their scenario on what they do. So I want to talk about a little more further in depth, because I feel a lot of people reached out to me, and Matt has a story he wants to talk about with a similar video that I did regarding the 6.0 air leak test, and he had a real great scenario that he wanted to share just to provide some more education to people of a potential that you may see with your truck. So but it looks like we got DS pulling up to possibly a plowing location here with his 450. Looks like he's in a little narrow alleyway. What do you got over there, bud?
Well, this is just one of my sites that I just picked up, I think like last week. And it's cool because it's super easy and it's super small. Like it's just this little tiny nugget of a lot. I mean, straight up for what it is, it's like 6 parking spots. And I just gotta scrape this out. Got these two back parking lots.
Look at them quad beams. Damn.
I don't know if it's or what or whatnot.
Oh, kind of losing you a little bit there.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Just this tiny little, small little lot that I gotta hit. Got a nice little deal on it.
Have you got anything done to your truck for preparation for snow other than us doing that Salt Dog wiring install?
So this truck is gonna be a little bit behind the other trucks. The other truck is ready, but I haven't done anything else aside from what we've done. But I really want to make sure it's ready before I get out there. I'm thinking I want to do some lights because the windows are tinted. It's a little bit harder to see, so I want to do some kind of a lighting. But I don't need this truck. I have the one truck's enough, but this is just gonna make everything easier. And be honest, it's such a nice truck. I'm probably just gonna shoot a couple videos with it, plow, whatever. And maybe next year I'll go kind of hard with it. But right now I just want to take it easy, and I don't want it to be all banged up next year. Word. I definitely want to experience what it can do, though.
Word.
All of it.
Word. What are you still gonna get a plow for the front of it? Are you just gonna?
So I've spent so much money this year that I don't want to go crazy and get the plow that I want. What I really want is like maybe try a V plow, stainless steel and all that. But they cost like $11,000.
Damn, Daniel.
So what I'm gonna do is put the stainless steel plow that I have already on this truck, and I'm gonna get a cheaper one that I found on Facebook. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it. I gotta go look at it, but I found a straight blade for like $2,500. It's clean. It's in new condition. It's been used a few times, and for whatever reason, the guy wants to sell it. I'll try to put that on the other truck and have 2 plows. It's still an 8-foot blade. It's still a commercial plow and everything, but it's just not a fancy, designer top of the line plow. So.
Speaking of a salt truck and plow, my brother-in-law has his own landscaping company and has a 9973. It's kind of hit, but it has a salt dump. What would it be, like an insert, I guess, for a dump plow, and it's pretty much
tailgate
ready
spreader.
to work. Yeah, no, not tailgate spreader. It's like an insert in the bed that it's got hydraulics and can I don't know if he's got a spreader. Well, I guess he does have a spreader. But anyway, he's getting
I
rid
don't
of
know.
it.
It's just like
And
if this is like your tailgate right
yeah,
here, it just there's a little channel right here,
yeah, I couldn't
right?
remember if he's got that on there or not. I
And
would
then
think
you
he
got
would
the
have
spinner
to.
underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that sucks about those is once you're getting low on salt, you have to start tilting your bed back.
If anybody's looking for a truck that they're starting off with or just need to get another truck in their fleet, my email is going to be in the description. Reach out to me and I'll forward you his info, and you guys can maybe get on with the 7.3. So, but that brings us to a good topic that I wanted to talk about, because being in the cold weathers states and having to add additives and having to worry about water
Ugh.
and that kind of stuff. When we were in the video for doing the fuel filter replacement on that 2020, I had mentioned draining your fuel water separator every month, and I think that once you get all of that food out of your hair, pass them over to me.
What?
What? When we were looking at the bottom of that bowl, the distance from the top of that sensor to the top of that water level, like how much water is too much until that light comes on, how much water is in there that is going to cause a problem. So if you're thinking that you're going to wait until your water and fuel light comes on, I would highly, highly recommend that you do not do that. That's probably got to be the worst thing to happen. It's there for a reason, obviously, to let you know, but just like with any other vehicle, preventative maintenance and your pre-trips that a lot of people do not do, it's something that needs to be implemented because of the crucial. I don't want to say what's the word I want to say for fuel. Like, it is doing such a big job. Not only we're using it for power, but it's lubricating and all this other stuff and cleaning the inside of our injector. Um, it's why wouldn't you want to implement that into your schedule of owning your diesel truck and adding a fuel additive? I got right behind me on the shelf, I got half a case of Motorcraft cetane booster and half a case of the anti-gel, and I actually split it with DS Trucks because he was very interested in getting some, and I was out myself. So that was a big question that I got was, are you adding additives? People are, they're running hot shots, they're running power service, that white bottle. Do you use one in your 6L?
Diesel 911.
Or yeah, that's
No,
another one. Diesel
no.
911.
I mean, ever since I've been working at the dealership now, I just go with the cetane booster and the
Yeah,
fuel
me too.
additive.
Me too.
I don't
Let
see
me.
any reason to run anything else. And I mean, Ford or whoever makes it for them, they trust. So I trust them on that. But a big thing to remember when you're putting that additive into your tank is make sure that little, the little wafer. Here, do you have one open? Open one up. Open one up for me.
Oh, I
I
am
don't
not
remember if
opening
Ford
one up.
has a little. No, will you just pull the cap off?
Oh, the cap.
Because
Yeah.
those have the foil. Yeah, those
Yeah.
have the foil seal, right?
Yeah.
So the thing you guys have to be careful with is a lot of the aftermarket ones. See that little cardboard cap in there? If you're not paying attention, and let's say you use half a bottle and you get all the fuel additive or whatever, it gets stuck on the cap and you're not paying attention. It gets stuck on the lid of your bottle and you go to dump that in your tank. Well, eventually you might have a drivability concern with either a lack of power, kind of a hiccup, or maybe a no start, because it is not unheard of to see those little caps get stuck in the pickup in your fuel tank.
These are the two I
Wow.
use. These are the two that I got for DS Trucks. These are the two that he and I both use, and I would obviously recommend everybody else get. The part number for both of those are right there next to the barcode. It is something I use every tank. The bottle does say it treats up to 125 gallons, but my rule of thumb that I tell everybody who uses it and what I recommend is this is usually the halfway bottle point, and this is where I pour it to. So it's just glug, 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 glug. Keep the cap on. I do not store this in my truck because before I get fuel, I'm going to be here or at work. So there's no need for me to keep this in my truck. It stinks. Don't spill it on anything. It's
No.
putrid.
You know what stinks worse than that?
What?
And you're gonna agree with me. Friction modifier. That stuff smells like armpit.
I'd rather smell armpit than friction modifier.
Oh my.
Let's keep
that
these
stuff
props out.
bad. Yeah.
Those are good props. Motorcraft's got good stuff, and
It can't.
and
Fuel quality in trucks nowadays can't be stressed enough.
no,
Because
absolutely not.
I'd like to get someone, if we can get someone from like Exergy on here, that would be really cool. So Exergy, if you guys ever happen to watch this, I know you guys are a local company.
I like
I'd like to get their input on fuel quality and everything,
Ooh,
especially
it's
with
got
how
chill.
much people blame the CP4 for being such a junk thing.
gosh.
You know what? We have lift pumps on our trucks and we don't see that failure really. And if we do, I can drop the tank and there's either water or DEF in it. Or it was biodiesel and it had some sort of organic growth concern.
Mm-hmm.
So don't buy into the CP4 is junk charade because I really don't believe it.
I've been in the game for a minute, and I grew up on doing warranty repairs on 7.3s, so it's been a minute. So I've been in the front, the first roll of 6.7s, and when I think back to 11 to current model year, I think I would say I'm going to give the internet a benefit of the doubt. I've probably replaced 3. I might be lying, maybe 2, but like I said, the internet, I give them benefit of the doubt. Maybe 3 high pressure pumps that did not have fuel contamination, water, DEF. It was just, it happened. So, people give it such a bad rap, and it's almost something's 100% causing it. So I can't use those 3 failures as that's exactly what happened. The 99.5% of all the other ones that I've dealt with have all been, like Matt said, it's got DEF, or it's got water, or it's got some sort of nasty biodiesel the dude's cooking up in his backyard. Don't put it in your truck.
Out of the 2 that you had, 2 or 3 that you've had, is it possible that somebody did something and then maybe covered it up a little bit?
No, because we have to take a fuel sample. We're dropping the tank. We're inspecting, like Matt was saying. You're going to know right then and there when you take that fuel sender out what it's going to look like, what fuel's in there. We have job aids that we go through that we can compare and contrast what water's going to look like on a HFCM when we take it apart.
As sneaky as I'm not trying to throw shade at people or anything, but as much as you guys think you're sneaky, you're really not. We know. We work on these things every single day. If we think something's up, we'll know.
Yeah.
It's the same when people say, well, I didn't tune it. Well, I can just hook up my IDS and see how many key cycles have been since their last reflash. And if I check in history, if it's a vehicle that comes to us a lot, I can just, reference that against prior work orders and be like, oh, have we reprogrammed it? Okay, we have, blah, blah. But I'd rather have, and this is a good thing to say, either put a do not flash cap on your OBD port, or if we ask you if you have it programmed, just let me know, because the last thing I want to do is
have your truck stuck at my work.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have your truck stuck. I don't want it to be a hoist ornament because, I just bricked your PCM. But just let me know. Let us know. Don't lie about it. We're not gonna.
I could care less.
I'm pretty sure if I look in the warranty manual, I have to definitively say that aftermarket, tuning caused the problem. It's not like it's gonna. I'm not even gonna try to speak out of context here because I don't know, and who knows what kind of fallout I could have for that. But
Yeah.
moral of the story is, if your truck's tuned, just tell us, because I don't want to lock you out. I really don't want to do that, and then you have to call your tuner and have them unlock it for you. But it also, like, I know what you're about to say too, Aaron. It helps a lot if I know you have a tune on it, so I'm not doing something like chasing my tail because the truck thinks something like, a wastegate is there when it's not.
Just be straight up.
Yeah, I got burned by that before.
Just be straight up.
Just be straight up.
You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to lie.
Also, stop telling people that your 6 liters are studded when they're not. Oh, that's rude.
How rude.
No, I mean, it's been like 6 liter kingdom for us lately.
Yeah. We got a 6 liter next week.
One of the guys, he just finished up doing a 6.0 on a excursion.
That's what I got too. That's so funny.
He did a reseal on it, and it had been at a aftermarket shop that kept putting, I think they put a turbo on it or something, but it had a dead cylinder because the guy was complaining it wasn't making any boost. And it's like, well, it's probably not really going to on 7 cylinders, not on a 6 liter.
Yeah.
But we had that one, and then we've got another one, and that is like a clean 07. I think the guy got it from Texas.
Word.
But he wants the guys to go through it, so he's pulling that one out. And then I've got my 6.7 that decided to launch a rod through the oil pan, which,
yikes.
Anyone that's had one of those apart knows that's kind of a task for it to do that.
Wow.
Because you've got that big old windage tray it's got to send it through. And I showed it to you. It put a window in the block too. Just
it was like
parts all over the place.
That was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
I have had a couple of those. I actually had a not me per se, but my coworker. It was a brand new long block, and you know how they come sitting. The back of the block's got those wood arms.
Right, it's got
back corners
it's got the little blue plates on them.
Yeah. So it's sitting on it, but like the front, I don't know if somebody hit it with a forklift, but the one short arm in the front was bottom of the oil pan, looked just like yours.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're not really as thick as I thought they were, but they don't need to be. It's not like, a 6 liter or a 6.4 where it needs to have that rigidity. It's not like the bed plate's holding anything in there, but no, they're strong engines. We're just kind of hitting a fluke.
All right, that's a good. We can pause. I'll just cut this right out. You said fluke right at the end. 8 minutes. It's gonna end, and then I'll just start a new one, and we'll pick right back up where we left off, and I'll keep track. So it's like
it's
we'd
gonna
be talking for an
again?
hour. Yeah, because we'd be talking. It says 1-to-1. There's no limit, but if you have 3, it gets you to 40 minutes.
Yeah, because someone took forever to answer their Zoom call.
Oh shit!
So I'll just let you know. So.
All right, what else can we talk about? I rambled there for a minute.
Yeah, it's something good. I think when you were talking about synergy or Xenergy or whatever. Exergy. What am I talking about? That made me remember SPE. I was looking at their website and.
Oh no, I'm gonna shout those guys out super hard.
For real. And I've reached out to them a bunch of times, and I want to talk to their marketing team because I think the products they have for not only the hot side charge tubes and the the charge pipes. I just lost my train of thought. Not the CCV, but the water drain. It's got they have some billet, aluminum.
Oh, the cap.
Water. No, it's not a cap, but it's the water drain. You actually take the plastic one out of the housing. I don't know how exactly you take it all the way out.
You're talking about for the fuel.
This is such a topic right now, and I'm so going to talk about this. So this company,
when you were talking about this company, for some reason I'm thinking about the cold air intake company. This is a different company.
What do you mean?
This is not the guys.
No.
What am I thinking about?
I know who you're talking about. They do the mandrel aluminum intakes.
Oh, you mean these people?
Yeah. I've.
But
These are the guys
I know,
where
but look at the
Workplay
color
had
though.
the.
Dude, it's the blue color.
I
You can literally
know.
buy
Yeah.
the
I
exact
know. I
thing.
love the blue though.
So
It
what's the
looks
deal
so
with
tight.
this hot side? What's the
Just
deal?
look
What's the
'em-
deal with this hot
you can
side
find
charge pipe? It's
replicas
gonna like
on
pop off
eBay.
or something.
No, it's not going to pop off. It's just they
No,
got.
it's just gonna get oil soaked and split.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an upgrade.
Dude, what the fuck were they thinking?
I don't know.
It's just a
Those
bad
get made down
design.
the road from us too.
Are they really?
Which ones? The ones on the first and second gens, or the ones on the third gens?
I've only replaced the ones like I've replaced a few pickup trucks, but mostly they have all been cab chassis.
What
Through 11
about
through
the 17s through 20s now? What
Maybe
about
just
that hot
one,
side pipe?
just one. No,
Because now that they're starting to get miles on them, dude, we're having them come in like left and right. I'm waiting for a
leaking
recall to
or
happen.
blowing.
Both.
Really?
Because you know how it's just rubber with like dude, the webbing inside of it looks like carpet backing. It's a fucking
Really?
joke. It's a joke.
Wow.
So right underneath where, you know, you're looking at the engine and there's the overflow hose for the degas.
Yeah.
Right where it contacts it, we don't know if they're starting to rub a hole because it looks like it's coming apart internally. So it has to be with airflow and how heat and oil's getting dissipated or flown through there. But right where the tube steps up, like right here, you know, if you look right here, you'll see them starting to crack.
Interesting.
So we've had probably in the last month, I've done 6 of them, and it's only bumper to bumper.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not covered under powertrain, which I asked Ford. I'm like, how is this not covered under powertrain warranty?
It wasn't covered under diesel warranty either?
No, it's not covered under
Really?
powertrain. It's not covered under transmission. It's bumper to bumper.
No kidding. Wow. I'll have to watch out for that. I didn't know.
Yeah. But they're splitting right there, and then it'll throw the P00B or DB code, and then it'll show
That intake air temp or something.
How they make
no,
that
it's,
not
no, it's
powertrain?
it's a lean fuel condition. It's fuel.
You can't really drive like that, can you? So how's it not powertrain? It's kind of.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out is why is it not? Is it because it's a rubber hose or why
Well,
won't they?
just like they had extended coverage for the 17 MO4 for the program for that 16 Charlie 640. I'm sure if there's going to be a repeated failure,
Dude,
like
that
they did,
program's hilarious.
which they're still back ordered. So I'm
What,
still waiting for one.
the CCV one?
No, no. What is it? What's the CAC
17
duck?
ML4 is this.
Yeah, that's the CCV. What's the CAC duck?
Yeah,
18
that's
MO1?
7
18 MO3 is the def heater, right?
No, it's 18 ML5 is the one that you're thinking of, I think.
Is that what the
Or the
CAC duck is?
19.
I don't know, but
Is it
whatever.
19
They had
ML1?
one of
Yeah,
them.
I don't know.
They had that for 11 through 16. Well, I'm sure, like we're saying, if they had one for
Yeah.
there and they got repeated failures like this, I'm sure they're gonna come out with some sort of bulletin.
No,
or
it just
sort of
blows my
updated-
mind that shit isn't covered.
Yeah, that's
No,
weird.
but
I mean, they cover 4-wheel drive components under powertrain. It's kind of like.
Oh, what am I talking about? I got this right here.
So with 17 MO4, have you noticed that it just shuts off that sensor?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it just completely ignores it now.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy that I work with that was doing those, and he'd put the collar on, he'd clear the code and go drive it. It would throw the code again. So he's like, "Oh, the sensor's broken. I need to put a whole assembly on it." And I was like, "No, flash it first, then do it, and then go drive it. It's not going to set it again." Because all they're doing is turning that off. Because they don't really care about airflow. All that sensor's there is to tell them if it's, if it popped off or not. Because if you look at that, I mean, yeah, you've probably looked at that sensor. It doesn't go to anything.
No, I mean it's.
I don't even know what it measures.
How long until the thing cuts off? The zoom.
I think it was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, once I get a workstation, this will make life a lot easier because then I can look up recall.
And that 18MO3 was the charge air cooler when I found it. And like we were talking about the 18MO1, that was for the DEF heater sender. And then that
Good recall.
18MO3 EGR extended coverage, which I made a video and I showed you guys how to pretty much do all those extended coverage. Well, if you didn't have extended coverage and you needed to replace that component. So I know we've had a lot of parts that were back ordered, especially those, what did Matt call them, scorpion tubes?
Scorpion tube.
Um,
That's just what the parts book calls it on like on a parts request or on a quote. It says scorpion tube assembly. Assy.
yeah. Scorpion tube, assy.
I love it when it calls assemblies assies.
Assy.
ASSY.
I think something that we should talk about that is important not only to the 11 through 16 guys, but I don't really get this problem on 17s, is updating your EGR cooler guts to the 17 to, well, I guess pretty much current model year, because I guess my EGR cooler, I think, is somewhat the same size comparing to the previous ones, that you would use that guts to, I guess, stay away from getting a P0401, because when you compare and contrast, I'll put a link, I'm gonna write that down, I'll put a link in the description for this video. I did a video showing how to do a repair for the P0401, but I had two coolers. One was a 17 through 19 and one was the one that came out of this truck, and you could see the difference in the holes in the cooler, which obviously gets restricted from all that coking. So have you ever done one of those, Matt? You ever put updated guts in it at all?
No, but once you brought that up to me and I looked at it, I was like, wow, they were thinking with that one.
Not too shabby. You can use the same gasket kit, same 9-pawl 455 kit, but the guts are physically different.
I mean, I guess your other option is don't idle your truck so much, and if you do, just kick the idle up.
I have been doing so many high idle installs. My boy, Kegman Nate, dude from North Carolina, Heath, thanks for coming up and checking out the shop. I'm gonna hook up DS Trucks. Got to get him here.
Track.
I got a couple other dudes. I did a dude at work. He's just drove to Kentucky to get a 17 with 37,000 miles on it, I think. So he wanted that on his. A little different setup, but pretty much the same. DS Trucks got to get you hooked up, bruh.
yeah, man, I gotta get it now that Matt mentioned, idling a lot, not using high idle.
And it's not, we were talking about it on lunch, last week or this week. It's not so much what is the truck doing. It's just we're using the truck. We're using the high idle to, I don't want to say to be more efficient, but we got a cold truck. You start it up. We're going to put it in high idle. You remote start it. It'll go in high idle. I'm not going to allow, if it's going to go into high idle by itself, it has to sit untouched. For how long, Matt? No brake input, no gas input, no accelerator input. What's it like?
2 minutes?
Something. I don't know.
I just had this conversation. It has to, I think, I don't remember if it's ambient air temp or IAT has to be below 50 degrees, no inputs from throttle or brake for
Yeah.
2 minutes. AC
I'm
has to be
very
off. And
curious.
Aux switch 1, boom, 1200 RPM. Hands done.
have you set them up
I'm
before
very
where you
curious.
can adjust the idle off cruise control?
No. I know Cummins can do that. That would be dope.
Huh.
What are you curious for, mister?
I'm very curious to what the difference
curious.
between high idle from a switch or the high idle that the computer does when it's cold outside.
So like
No.
you're idling right now at the light and you're at like, I don't know, 620, 650 RPM. Cold idle by itself, cold idle kicker that the PCM is going to initiate is going to be like 950, like 975, maybe 1,000, maybe just up off idle. Or a 20k ohm resistor, I'll put a link to that video, is going to
They
put
changed it.
what?
I think they changed it.
That's what I
Again.
got in mind. For who?
Oh. Okay, so yeah. Never mind.
Your
Continue.
different resistor size. They even have I didn't have it available when I was doing mine, but I had the resistor already because I had done one previously. But anyway, the tow trucks that come in, they actually have a little dial that has a little potentiometer to get your little,
I was gonna say,
pocket screwdriver.
Just do that.
I've seen
Yeah.
the dial available that you could buy.
What do you want
Like
on that?
you could mount it on companies make dials, or you can adjust the idle.
If you want to do that, for your PTO, because you need, different operation of your output pump speed or whatever you're working. But for us, I think a fixed set 1200 RPM aux 1, hit the parking brake, not ratcheting it down, just enough to turn that light on, just enough to get that brake e-brake input to the PCM, I think is a very good add-on, a very easy mod. Anybody can do it. I just talked to a gentleman locally today on Instagram that was doing it to his, and he must have just had a pin backwards, but we wound up getting it working for him and is liking his install. So it's definitely something you can do with a 7.3, something a 6.0. You can add a switch, but if you already have the aux switches, it makes it a hell of a lot better. And thank you, Ford, for adding those pass-through wires so that we don't got guys jamming coat hangers through their their firewall.
Dude.
Rubber grommets.
Oh my God.
No.
Do you know how much it pisses me off when I see people, and it's always an upfitter?
Hey, look, there he is. I know.
This
I just
pisses me
jammed it
off so
through.
much. It's like, here you are on the driver's side of the engine bay, and here is this upfitter relay box, and everything's there labeled nice and pretty. And what do? You jam the fucking wire through the grommet, and then you run it all the way over to the pigtail at the customer access by the BCM at the other side. Why? It's literally
What are those?
It's right there. And then for when I inevitably, at whatever point in my life, have to pull the dash out, now I have to deal with your stupid wire because you couldn't just go with the one right there. Also, bodybuilders, if you're watching, which I know you're probably not, please make bulkhead connectors to isolate it from the cab and the body, or the cab and the frame.
KTP plant.
I don't like surprises when I'm pulling a cab off a truck.
KTP plant, where you at? I know there's a manager. I know this COVID's going on, but there's got to be a shop leader, group leader, line manager. We need to get PTT. I'll jump on a plane right now. Let's get PTT up in that plant. I want to see what them say. I've been down to the Rouge plant. I see where my man DS works. They're down there building the hell out of these #1 selling F-150s. Bam! Super Duty. I want it. I want to see that plant. I know somebody's out there is going to watch.
That would be a cool plant.
KTP, where you at?
That would be a really cool plant because they do so much
I like
It
the
just-
Expo. I like
it
that
is
Gator.
so much.
But the Super Duty is where it's at, man. I want to see the heart and the
I'm-
soul where they come together.
I'm lost. What are you talking about?
The Kentucky Jet Plant.
Ah.
I want to go.
No, I'd be down to see that too.
Take
Yeah,
us.
that'd be cool.
We have an inside man already, DS. So we're like a third of the way there. How about we get a trio trip? We'll social distance and mask it up. Let's get the three of us. Take the three of us to KTP.
Does
And,
Kentucky even care about that?
I don't know.
They probably have a scanning station where everybody who enters the plant has to be scanned.
Well, no, I know. I'm sure Ford is doing their part, but I'm just wondering if like Kentucky is a state. There's enough bourbon down there and it just kills it, right?
No, I think it is. I think it probably would be a state that's got to do this stuff because I mean I think every state's doing stuff right now. I think right.
Shoot, they about to shut us down.
I would imagine that plant scanning.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but I heard from a little bird Christmas time.
For real.
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
We're gonna have to cut that out, otherwise I'm gonna have like the FBI at my door.
Yeah, we're not talking about that kind of stuff here. It's
We're not
it's just
talking about COVID.
it's just a fact of life. It's something we have to work around. It's something that makes us feel uncomfortable. And you know what we have to do? We have to adapt. We have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's just a fact of life, and it also plays into a role that I have to deal with every day at work, and not so much now in my career, but being before, growing up and maturing, it would be something that jobs would make you feel uncomfortable. You'd be pissed. You wouldn't, you're doing this for the first time and you got this anxiety and this, what if it just let it go. You have to just be uncomfortable and then learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and you just get used to it and you just changes your mindset. It's something that, as an owner of a diesel truck, you may not. Here's DS. He's never had a diesel in his life. He's spending all this coin on this truck, never has worked on a diesel, so he may have anxiety about owning it and maintaining it, but he's being optimistic and he's not letting it bother him. He's not depressed about it, and he's here tonight. We're educating. We're here. We're talking about our trucks. And
DS, what was your biggest anxiety with a diesel?
Oh my God! Hold on, before you even answer that.
No. No, hold on. I want him to answer it first, and then I want you to follow up on it.
Honestly, though,
it was the glow plugs, wasn't it?
No, it was all the texts on the way to the dealership to pick it up. Oh my God, I'm not gonna do it. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It wasn't so much the diesel engine, but it's a 450. It's a big investment.
It's a big truck.
Yeah, it's an $81,000 truck.
But it's a bad one.
I still don't get it, but it's a bad dude. It's a status thing.
It's a bad.
It is.
It's like
I'm talking about. Wait till you see.
Dude, it's like I don't understand why people buy platinums. Honestly, platinum pickups, they ride just like the XL trucks. They don't ride any better.
Bad, man.
They're bad. Got stainless steel trim and real wood everywhere.
And
I don't like the massaging seats. I hate how those seats feel.
Have you seen the suede?
You don't like platinum seats?
Oh man,
no, I don't like them.
I'd like some platy seats.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Sure.
Platy seats, man. No,
Hell
everyone likes.
Are you kidding me? I want that steering wheel. I was just thinking about that today. If I could get a heated steering wheel, what is it going to take for me to turn that on?
It's not that big.
Down.
Sean, shut up.
I'm writing it down.
I've had heated steering wheel. I wouldn't go out my way.
I want it.
Okay. Hey Rod, at your store, do you guys use steering wheel covers when a vehicle comes in?
In mine, no. The service department, I think.
Okay, so our whole dealership, right?
Think
they get seat covers, they get wiped down first, they get the floor mats put in, and then they put a steering wheel cover on them. And I still object to wear gloves when I get in a customer's vehicle. with COVID going on, and when I test driving and my mask on, I have my gloves on, and the steering wheel cover, well, that becomes a problem with a heated steering wheel, because you know what it does?
What?
It melts to it.
No way.
Like,
I guess
dude,
I never thought about that.
No, it heat shrinks itself to the steering wheel.
That's too funny.
And they also suck if someone's got like a wood steering wheel and you got a steering wheel cover on it. You go to turn the wheel and you're gripping it as hard as you can, and the wheel just keeps slipping through your hands.
He's gripping the grain.
Have you seen an F600 yet?
No, still have not.
All right. Well, I might have to have you come out.
I have not.
We can do a video on it.
Don't even get me started. Next thing you know, I'm going to want an F600.
Oh.
They don't have the diesels in them, but what I can tell you is we're still on a 19.5, but it is the bigger 19.5. So it's no longer a, 225, 70, 19 and a half. It's now a 235.
Dang.
I mean, how much bigger is that? That's like a half an inch or something?
It's a noticeable difference. And then they also gusseted the frame, or I don't want to say gusseted. They like sandwiched the frame right behind the cab more to support more load. They have a hell of a lot more leaves in the back. And then
just like
the
Detroit
springs in the front. Dude, the trucks are like, it's even got it's got a taller tire on it, and the wheel gap between the fender. Holy shit. These trucks are huge.
No, I haven't seen one yet, man. I've been here every time I hear about them, it's actually from you.
There was that one I sent you, and we just got, I think we have 17 in stock right now.
Dang, for real?
I mean, that's on top of the, I think, 250 commercial trucks, cabin chassis we have.
That's pretty sweet, man.
So, yeah, we do a lot of volume in the commercial truck sector. So I guess if anyone is looking for one, I can probably send you to the right guys for that.
Reach out to Matt.
Not to take away from you.
Oh, no. I'll plug me in.
We actually don't really do a whole lot with just diesel like pickups. We really don't sell a lot of them, but I think a big product of that is the area that we're in.
Roger that. I know that I know you showed me a picture of the shop. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, our store is the size of a city block.
How many column sets do you guys have?
All right, so
and are they all the same? Like, are they all the same brands?
So I made a tic-tac on this. And let's see. You know what? Where is it? Where is it? No, so we have 3.
Really?
Let me think about this. So we have
Sean's got that motion, that panoramic vision.
Okay.
I just had to take a look at the moon.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
So we have a 12,000. Well, I take that back. We have 2 12,000-pound 2 hoists.
That's cool.
2 post hoists. One of them we don't really use. Then we have a 15K 2 post, which gets used more, and then we have 3 sets of mobile columns that are 14,000 in each corner. So what does that put me at? 56,000 pounds, right?
Are they all wireless? Or they wired? Or
yeah, they're all wireless, and then they're all on different. The receivers, the remotes are all on different frequencies. But if we wanted to,
they got remotes.
Yeah, I haven't shown you this.
Get out of here. For real?
Yeah, no, dude. Not only are the columns wireless, it's a remote, so I can just walk around wherever I want. And then you can control each column independently if you want to.
Shit.
Or per axle. So we have like these big 12,000-pound jack stands.
Yeah, we got them.
I can just drop a truck on jack stands if I want to and walk away and make a customer, get a little.
Do you have the adapter for the column?
Get a little unsettled. So like I can do that to a truck.
Yeah. We just did that.
Big old bucket truck.
Do you have the adapter for the column arms that you can lift the
You're
cab
talking
off?
like that?
No, you got that too?
Yeah,
Come
that's how I pull
on,
cabs
man.
off trucks. The only bad
Oh
thing
wait,
about
hold on. Go
pulling,
back to that picture. That's the adapter for the cab, but it actually is at the
no,
back
it's
of the
it's
truck?
meant. Yeah, it's actually meant for lifting them from the front and rear bumpers.
I thought it was only for removing the cabs.
No, so like the real badass thing is, let's say you're doing like exhaust manifolds on like a V10 or something,
Yeah.
and you have to get in the wheel well. Well, you just put that on the front bumper up on the frame rails,
Uh-huh.
on either side, and
Yeah.
then those have like normal adjustable. Oh, you know what? Here, I got a video of me doing with a Transit when I did the
No
drive shaft
kidding.
recall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love the columns. They are a bear
Yeah,
to
so
move around.
it's just like that. And then you can go full on tripod mode with it. So I've only got 3
No.
columns hooked up right now,
That
and I'm
is
just lifting it off the hitch.
nasty. I've never even thought about that.
Yeah, but we only have one set of those. But the
Well,
thing is, I don't know if your hoist will let you do that because
who
ours are
makes those?
rotary. Ours are rotary.
Okay, we have
Those are the only hoists we use in our whole dealer.
our first column set is a rotary. The other one I think are challengers.
Yeah, you'd have to see if you can do it with Challenger because
I
I know
have
with our rotaries we can. So I can go single, and then I can do it for up to. I'd have to look at the remote again. I think I can sync all the way up to 8 of those things together.
wow.
So like
That'd
you
be a
can lift
really
a
cool
semi with them.
That'd be a cool picture with the 450. Have this Brahma bull just lifted up, floating on the ground. That
Yeah,
would
we
look
can make it
gnarly.
happen.
That would look gnarly.
We can make it happen.
That would look nice. Nothing
I wonder
like
if,
Yeah,
I
mobile
wonder if you can.
columns are
I wonder if you can
really.
get those at home.
What do you mean? Can I get them? I can roll them around.
Yeah,
Well,
The
you
only
could you could
problem
you could
is
have them you can have it in your garage.
yeah.
well,
can get
you're
to
gonna
the
poke
garage door,
holes in
though.
your ceiling because wheel lifts still lift off a hydraulic cylinder the same way, so the post still goes up in the air. So you have to have
Yeah.
the same height clearance.
Yeah.
You get in good clearance, but you could wheel it outside and be like, "Yeah, I use these outside."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
because
lifted.
it's basically like if you can move a pallet jack around, you can use one of those.
That'd be
I
pretty
mean, ours
cool.
don't jack up and down, but it's just 3 wheels and
I think I
you
got
move them around. And ours have fork pockets on them too. So like the really nice thing about having those mobile columns is we get a Roush propane
Yep.
fueled vehicle in. We have to do fuel pumps on it. You know where
Yep.
we do the fuel pumps? Outside.
Yep.
So
What
then
do
it
you
doesn't
what do you
stink.
what do you do in the winter?
You just get your hands really cold.
Do you still go and lift it up, or do you just do them on your back?
No, we'll go out and plow a spot out and do them outside.
Wow. I'm looking for a picture that I had.
Yeah, the only poopy thing about using those is once you lift the cab up, you can't roll the frame. Like you can't roll the chassis out from under the cab because you have the
Right.
legs sticking that are blocking. But I think we're gonna see if we can't talk the higher ups into letting us get like a gantry crane, because that'd be really nice for working on school buses. Because those engines are not fun to pull with a cherry picker.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Damn. I got
So
a
you want to
cat.
hear a funny story?
Tell me.
So this has to do with your air leak video.
Oh, my
And
nose was
I
stuck.
wasn't currently present when this happened. This happened like months before I went to the truck shop, right? But one of the guys that had been doing diesel work with one of our main diesel techs was going to do an air leak test, and he pulled ICP sensor out and threaded the hose in and went and grabbed someone. And other guy got in the cab, and what does he do with that hose?
Oh
Crank
no,
it.
he did. No, he didn't. No,
Yeah,
he
and like split second,
No,
other
he
guy was
didn't.
able. Split second, lead diesel tech was able to be like, "Yo, stop! Don't do that."
No, he didn't. Come on.
No, seriously. He
What?
thought that's how you did an air leak test.
Oh no.
What did he do now?
So he almost got squirted.
Dude's about to blow his eardrums out.
You
I
tried
mean, I don't
to.
know if you really would, because without it, well, yeah, you probably would. You'd get some amount of pressure. I don't know how much you'd get.
That'd be horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get squirted in that ear with high pressure oil.
Hell no. Hell no. I think.
So, Sean, are you gonna do the cab marker flasher module?
Probably as of right now, I'm thinking no, because I really want to get like a light bar on top of some kind. I feel like
See,
that.
and I like
Like a full.
I
light
like
bar?
doing the LED
Well, I feel
mod with the cab lights instead, because I think it's just so clean.
it is clean, but is it how bright is that?
Like you can
How-
still take your truck through the car wash.
I can't take mine through a car wash.
And the thing is, but you get what I'm saying though. Like you don't have this light bar on top, or I mean, you could do the
Yeah.
third brake light one where you remove the third brake light and you put a bracket that mounts to that, and then put your whirly gigs off that.
I think the idea of having the brighter lights in the back for backing up, or even like for your salt bug.
Well, people
Just don't
come at
tint your windows at that point.
people come at me. You know what I mean? Like when you're plowing, people will come at you and they'll demand that you kind of move out of their way or whatever. So you want something that's like a little bit,
What do you
like-
mean move out of
grabbing?
their way?
yeah. Like for example, when I'm plowing on Jefferson, it's not a highway, but people treat it kind of like a highway because it's like a main road that they take to work,
Mhm.
and they don't care that you're plowing. They want you to get out of the way. They're not waiting for you if you're, you know what I mean? But if you got a nice light,
I just say hit me at that point.
they will. Like they don't
We know
care
who's
if
gonna
they're-
win.
They don't. No, I mean, you're gonna lose. I mean, you're gonna be put out of
Somebody-
service. I mean, you lose because what do they lose? They're not gonna lose anything. But if you get put out of service, you lost
You
pretty
done.
bad. I mean, you're done.
I always just
Someone
say
hits you,
Just
they
hit
just
me.
miss what? What do they lose? A day of
Come
work?
at me, bro.
You'll lose.
Come
you
at
could
me, bro.
lose- Someone hits you, you could lose a chunk of your business if you don't show up that day. You know what I mean? They don't lose nothing. They just miss a day of work and be there the next day.
Yeah.
But
got-
I want.
No, I
Yeah,
do think some people go overboard with lights, flashing
Yeah.
lights on their plow trucks.
I just want to put a good beacon,
Quality
whatever.
beacon.
That just it's bright. It's since how bright is a OEM light? Is that gonna be bright enough for
I
plowing?
mean, it just has to. I mean, flashing. But do you have the mirror lights that beam back?
I like
Mhm.
that idea. Those. I wonder if you can put a module here on the mirror lights that you there's a button here. Those are
You should
pretty
be
bright.
able to turn them on all the time, like the alley lights.
Yeah, the alley lights.
Mine
'Cause
you
I
can.
know a
Yours you
guy that
can't.
I worked for on the GMCs that we had. He had a Duramax, and then a little bit later we had gotten a 1-ton, and we ended up not even putting reverse lights on it. We just used the alley lights, or the rear facing lights. You could just push a button, they turn right on.
Oh, shit.
What was cool is this light bar that I'm looking into. It costs like $350, and it gives you like a lot more LED power, like brightness, than you get. It's all amber, and it also has alley lights on it. Like you can hit a button and it'll show you, like it'll give you alley lights up top. You know, that's cool, but
They got us
No.
for 8 more minutes.
those modules though, they're so expensive. For
Yeah.
$300-400, I can just get a light bar for now. and
Well,
be
you only
good.
need one module to do your marker lights. It's like $100. I think it's a good deal. I think it's a really good option because then you don't have to,
Is that enough to do all the like marker? Is that enough to like one module? Like
One
will do
module will do the cab lights. One module will have to do the mirror spotlights. If you want to do any light, you have to have a module. So if you're going to try to do the turn signals, you need a module. You want the fog lights, you need a module. You want the C rings, you need a module.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying to do just the cab markers. If you already have LEDs, it's a great option.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like it's a very clean. I think it's a very clean option.
Because Limitless, we had to cut the wires for mine. Limitless has a plug and play harness for the cab lights that you wire just like I
was going to
wired
ask
up.
you that if he does,
Yep.
if he has a kit available yet, because I think that would make it even more attractive to people. Now, granted, I don't know how much he charges for that harness. I think you're going to pay more, but
it's done right.
I don't think a lot of people with crew cab trucks, Lariats in specific, are going to be wanting to drop their own headliners. But I think for a work truck, a lot of people would be more intrigued to do it.
I don't think that those marker lights will cast enough light for me to really get the benefit of for plowing snow, for being safe. Like you want to, I mean, that'll just.
I think just a flashing light enough is to get attention.
True that. I like my lights.
Yeah, but that beacon on top's gonna cast like a serious amount of light. Like.
No, I agree, but I think you could also do you could do aftermarket LEDs that are brighter too.
Yeah, that's true. Now, if I had extra money to burn, yeah, but once you start getting those modules, you can get up to like $5,000. I'm just not ready to do that just yet.
I'm not ready to spend $5,000.
He wants to make his check engine light do the dance too.
There's so much stuff to buy. Like I can't buy everything I want to buy. Like if I wanted to buy every item,
right?
I can lose.
I want to buy a house, but I want to buy a truck, and then I'm like, I need another dirt bike, and I like all these nice Snap-on tools though, and I want more RC cars.
Ooh,
I can't even get all the accessories for my truck that I want. I have to draw a line somewhere, or else. So I got a waist safe hitch.
I want a one wheel.
I ordered a waist safe hitch and a floor liner set, and I swear that was like $600 or something. It seemed like, I don't know, it was at least $5.
Yeah.
My waist safe hitch is just seeing how weird my truck squats.
Stuff's expensive, man.
It's
Headache. Those what are they called? Spider headache racks that we've been looking at on Instagram. $800.
Dude, I made my own headache rack tonneau cover / sled deck. I think for like $100.
You weld?
I weld, bro. I mean, I'm not enough to compete with like weld.com or any of like the YouTube welders or Instagram welders, but
you can get it done.
I can get it done.
I can weld. And it's not like bubblegum bird shit welds either.
Ooh, good analogy.
Yeah.
That's going to be probably it for this podcast. Everybody, tell us what you think about this in the comment section below. I'm going to put the links to everything we've talked about. Tell me what you think about SPE, what Matt talked about with...
we didn't even talk about SPE.
Well,
that's another thing.
Yeah, I guess we'll save it for next time. I mean, it's just something I wanted to touch. I guess maybe get the interest sparked because I want to have something to go off of for next time because there's something.
How's their pricing?
Comparable.
I'd say for the quality and the engineering that they're doing for the products, I'd rather give them money over some of the bigger companies that anodize everything in
water separator drainer.
I really like.
Take that back because they anodize some stuff in blue. Yeah. I like SPE's website too.
Yeah, I think it was very nicely laid out.
I also like the video. They have because what is it? Snyder Performance Engines?
Yeah.
Is that correct? SPE. They have a really cool video on a 2020 long block teardown.
Ooh.
So
Oh, I
people
think
are
I know what you're talking
interested.
about. That.
No one here is endorsed by them. I just think they're,
Yeah.
they
Hey,
specialize
I'd
in
put their
Ford
stuff on my
diesel.
truck. I'd like
They
it.
specialize in 6.7s, and not a lot of companies are doing that because everyone seems to have giant, Duramax and Cummins boners. But yeah, let
All right.
everyone know how you think. If you want to make A-Rod's life more hell, say you want to see the podcast more than once a week, because that's what he needs. He needs more frustration
I
in
don't know
his
if I
life.
can do that. Three's chomping at the bit.
His wife's yelling at him.
Tell me what you guys
He
think.
needs more.
Let me know. Let DS Trucks know. Follow him on his Instagram at DS Trucks, and we can.
Hey, that's what you got to add. You got to add our Instagram handles.
Yeah, I don't know what Matt's is. I'll have to put Matt's.
Mine?
Oh, yeah, duh, Matt Roden. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Rudy.
I say that only because Sean's is DS Trucks, but like underneath it, it's like Sean's.
Who's Sean?
Stokes. Okay.
Who are you?
Who are you? Huh?
Are we living in
Huh?
a simulation?
Is this real life? All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next time here on the PTT Powerstroke Podcast. Thanks so much. See you next time.